Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about evil and pleasure, right? So pleasure and evil go together, right? There's a saying, I don't know where it's from, but the saying goes that the greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world he didn't exist. And so basically, a lot of people who indulge in pleasureful activities, right? And what do we know about pleasure, right? When indulged in pleasure, when pleasure is indulged in, and we pursue things that are pleasurable addictively, it leads to depression, low energy, and fatigue, right? Think of how it is when you're addicted to releasing and to food, right? You feel like shit, you have no energy, right? And so what is evil? Evil is live backwards. So you're not living, right? You're not living. When you're tired all the time, when you're fatigued, depressed, anxiety, that's not what life's supposed to be like. You're not living. And so picture like humans, right? Men more specifically, because we're more primal. Picture like an animal in a zoo, right? When you look at an animal in a zoo, it's not very happy. It's not out there hunting. It's not in its element, really, right? It's kind of just loafing around, looking around, and you can just tell that it's not living, right? It's not, because it's trapped in a zoo. And so when men, particularly men, indulge in things like pornography, overeating, excessive drinking, we self-impose our own prison. It's self-imposed, meaning I've just discovered this, a couple months back. When I release, when I was a lot, I got the sense that I am literally putting myself in my own prison, because I am making myself useless. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not making videos. I'm not being useful to the world, right? I'm half-assing, what I'm doing at work. I'm being useless, right? And as men, we're supposed to be productive. We're supposed to be high energy. We're supposed to be the leaders. And what happens is, when you indulge in pleasurable indulgences and you put yourself in your own prison, you literally sabotage yourself and put off your duties as a man, right? Every man should lift. Every man should work, right? And quite honestly, there's a lot of young men, teenagers out there who don't do any of that. They sit at home, they're living with their mom, and there's nothing wrong with living with your mom, but as long as you're trying to get enough money to move out soon. But my point is, we're supposed to be useful and productive, right? There's a saying, a man is valued for what he can do and a woman is valued for what she is, right? And that's very true, because no one's going to respect you or give you opportunities or admire you if you're useless, right? You have to be of value, right? And when we have no energy, when we empty our seed, when we live a evil life, a pleasurable life, we have no value. We're giving our value away. And one of our biggest values is our ability to work, our ability to have a lot of energy, right? We have high testosterone. We're strong. We have bigger bodies, right? We're supposed to be able to work very hard, right? And when you basically castrate yourself, you basically take that ability of working hard and being able to be a producer and not a consumer. You take that ability away. And what do we have right now? We have a bunch of men who don't do anything. They sit at home, they smoke weed, they jerk off, they play video games. And I'm not saying that's the case for every man, but we're supposed to be valuable. We're supposed to be leaders. We're supposed to be high energy, working, right? We weren't born. Think about your ancestors. What would they think if they saw you right now, right? And see how you lived. Would they admire you? Would they respect you? No, they'd be, you know, or us. I'm not saying you, whoever's watching. I'm saying as a society of men right now, what would they think of us? You know what they would think? They would think, wow, these guys are a bunch of sissies. They have no integrity. They have no discipline. They can't work. They're emotional, right? And to a large extent, it's due to us not being able to put aside pleasure for a higher good. You know, I really hate it, especially in universities. You know, we just think that we're a bunch of monkeys and we're supposed to just fuck everything we see, and you know, it's okay to masturbate, it's okay to overeat, you're just a monkey on this planet. No, we're not. We're made in God's image. And if we're made in God's image, we're supposed to reflect his light. We're supposed to be noble creatures. We're capable of more. We're capable of a higher good. We're supposed to have morals and ethics, right? Think about all the great philosophers, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates. Think of Jesus. Think of these great men. What were they indulging in pleasure? No, they were high virtuous men. They fasted. They were celibate. They weren't weak, right? And if they weren't strong in their body, they were strong in their spirit. And right now we have a bunch of men who are neither. They're not strong in spirit and they're not strong in their bodies. They don't work out. They don't pray. They don't meditate. They don't fast. They don't subject themselves to arduous activities that grow their character, right? And that's the problem we have. And it all starts with our base nature. If we don't have control of our base nature, there's no foundation to build on, right? And so that's how evil permeates through men and permeates through our culture. It permeates through pleasure. And as soon as we begin to realize that, and you know, I'm fortunate to be able to share this message with you guys, and there's a bunch of other great content creators that are sharing this, but unless we as a whole, as a collective, it's not okay just, you know, for 1% of us to understand this. This has to really start to permeate the culture. Semen retention and just, you know, enduring activities that are austere, right? Because that's how your character is built. Until we, you know, pretty much on a mass scale, begin to embody those virtues that are kind of like lost and forgotten, we're gonna keep struggling, right? We're still gonna have guys that are depressed, sad, fat, angry, right? And that's not how we're supposed to live. So, like I said, you know, people say evil is you know, people who are mass shooters and blah blah blah. Like, no, yes, that is evil, but what really is evil is men who are supposed to be here and supposed to serve and supposed to be valuable and work that are not fulfilling their duty. That's how the world falls. When men are weak, the world falls. So I think you guys get the message here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. As always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.